If you have a will and then someone in your family used the power of attorney to transfer an asset in life, is that the grounds to contest the will? Well, that's the type of questions I get. I received a call today from an individual, and he wanted a copy of his parents' will. So I didn't have the original. I did his parents' will more than 15 years ago, and his parents left my office with the original will. I have a copy. So this individual asked me for a copy. So got on the phone with him, and we'll call him John. I said, John, do your parents want you to have a copy of the will? And I was just engaging him in conversation, because I was not going to give him a copy of the will without knowing more. So he said, the story that he related to me is that his parents both passed away. So that would make sense that someone might need a copy of a will in that instance. So I said, all right, tell me more. What, your parents left my office with the will a number of years ago. What happened? Well, it seems that, as is often the case, one parent predeceased the other, right? Unless there's a tragedy or a car accident or a plane crash, most people die in succession, right? Not simultaneously. So when the first parent passed away, they didn't need to probate that will. The remaining parent had the will. But the tale that he told was that his sibling used the power of attorney and transferred the property from the last surviving parent to another sibling. Right? So I asked, when was that done? That was done about 10 years ago. So my inquiry is, why are you asking for the copy of the will now? And there's nothing to contest if your parent transferred the property during life. His counter to that was that it was done through a power of attorney and my parent had dementia. That very well could be the case, but that's perhaps a fight that should have taken place 10 years ago, not now. And the will won't give you any bearing, or not so much, because the will might say, I'd like the property to go to my 4 children in equal shares. And alternatively, someone with the power of attorney transferred the property. That might be an indication of something, but the horse may have gotten out of the barn. That was 10 years ago. So the moral of the story is, if you suspect that there's fraudulent use of the power of attorney, or if there is some transfer taking place while you have a parent suffering the effects of dementia, you have to act quickly, or even relatively quickly, right? 10 years is probably 10 years too late. What's the takeaway? When you have suspicion, when there is a concern that assets are being transferred inappropriately, contact the law office of Frank Bruno Jr. And I can be reached at frankbrunolaw.com.